Recip compressor sizing. Sizing means finding out the crankshaft speed and the diameter of the bore or piston. Means कैसे हम इसका स्पीड निकालेंगे, कैसे हम इसका पिस्टन का डायमीटर निकालेंगे, इसको हम साइजिंग बोलते हैं. सो लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड हाउ साइजिंग इज डन फॉर रिसीव कंप्रेसर. Uh, Before that, let us understand what is single acting cylinder and double acting cylinder. In single acting cylinder, in one revolution of crankshaft, that means two stroke to piston, only one time gas is taken inside the compressor chamber, compressed and pushed out in discharge system. Then it is called a single acting cylinder. In single acting cylinder, mass handled is same as corresponding to the swept volume in one revolution of crankshaft. Double acting cylinder, in one revolution of crankshaft, that means two stroke the piston, two times gas is taken inside the compression chamber, compressed and pushed out in discharge side. Then it is called double acting cylinder. And in double acting cylinder, mass handled in double is double corresponding to the swept volume in one revolution of crankshaft. Means सिंगल एक्टिंग में मास एक बार शक होता है एंड डिस्चार्ज हो जाता है, डबल एक्टिंग में टू टाइम्स हो जाता है, डबल हो जाता है. Stroke volume in PV diagram, process and sorry pressure and volume diagram. Piston moves from the position number 1 dash to 3 dash in one stroke, and corresponding volume change is called the stroke volume, which is expressed as Vs, V1 minus V3. तो ये V1 है एंड ये V3 है. तो ये जो वॉल्यूम का जो चेंज है उसी को हम बोलते हैं स्ट्रोक वॉल्यूम. क्लियरेंस वॉल्यूम we call it VC. Volume of gas trapped or left out when piston reaches to the point number 3 dash is called the clearance volume. This is the minimum volume at this pressure, and this minimum mass of gas left out is shown as a V3. तो V3 जो है इसी को VC बोलते हैं, क्लियरेंस वॉल्यूम. Clearance volume ratio C. Clearance volume ratio is the ratio of the clearance volume and the stroke volume, and this is expressed as below. Clearance volume C is equal to Vc upon Vs, means clearance volume upon stroke volume. Swept swept volume Va or actual volume. It is the actual volume of gas that is compressed and discharged out from the compression chamber, and it is shown as a Va, V1 minus V4. So V1 minus V4, this portion of gas is called actual volume or swept volume. Stroke length Ls, stroke length in double of the crank radius. So whatever is the ratio, जो भी radius होगा उसका 2 times होता है crank stroke length, and it is shown as a movement of piston from position number 1 dash to 3 dash in one stroke. 1 dash से 3 dash तो गया, उसी को stroke length बोलते हैं. And stroke length is expressed as Ls is equal to 2 times radius of crankshaft. Now speed of the crankshaft. अभी हमने crank अभी crankshaft के speed कैसे निकालते हैं. The speed of crankshaft is decided based on the piston speed, and the allowable piston speed is generally 2 to 6 meter per second, and there is a relationship among the piston speed, crankshaft speed, stroke length. Stroke length also depends on the crankshaft radius, and speed of the crankshaft is calculated based on the below relation. So what is the formula for the piston speed, which is Vp is equal to 2 into Ls into n upon 60. So through this we can calculate crankshaft speed, n is equal to Vp into 60 upon 2 into Ls. So where n is the speed of the crankshaft in RPM, Vp is a piston speed in meter per second, and Ls is a stroke length. सो एल एस हम निकाल सकते हैं, क्योंकि अगर रेडियस ऑफ क्रैंक शाफ्ट को पता है तो 2 टाइम करेंगे तो एल एस मीन्स क्रैंक शाफ्ट की स्पीड निकली है। एन आप इस फॉर्मूला से निकाल सकते हैं। इस तरह से हमने स्पीड क्रैंक शाफ्ट का निकाल लिया और डिसाइड कर लिया और निकाल सकते हैं। Now volumetric efficiency V is equal to 1 plus C minus C into P2 dash upon P1 dash to the power 1 by K, where C is the VC upon VS, clearance volume ratio है, VC है clearance volume, VS is stroke volume, P1 P2 inlet outlet pressure है, and P1 dash is equal to P1 minus dP suction valve, and P2 dash is equal to P2 plus dP discharge valve. T1 T2 inlet outlet temperature है, and K is average heat capacity ratio at P1 dash T1 and P2 dash T2. वॉल्यूमेट्रिक एफिशिएंसी प्रेशर राइज ज्यादा हो जाएगा तो कम हो जाता है, सो विथ इंक्रीज ऑफ larger pressure ratio volumetric efficiency starts decreasing. Inlet actual flow inside the compression chamber, which is called VA. If mass of flow rate is given, that is m kg per hour, inlet density of gas inside the compression chamber RD1 dash is equal to P1 dash into M upon bracket start Z1 dash into R into T1. In actual flow rate inside the compressor chamber, VA is equal to M upon bracket start RD1 dash into 3600 bracket close. So moment you calculate the inlet actual flow rate inside the compressor chamber, now we can calculate stroke volume. Vs is equal to inlet actual volume Va upon volumetric efficiency Ve. So through which we can calculate the stroke volume. Once a stroke volume is known, then we can calculate piston diameter. कैसे? There is a relationship among the stroke volume, piston diameter, stroke length, speed of the crankshaft, single and double acting cylinder, which is expressed as the stroke volume Bs is equal to pi by 4 into dp square into ls into n upon 60 into a small n, through which we can calculate piston diameter dp is equal to a square root of complete square root of vs into 60 into 4 upon bracket start pi into ls into capital N into small n, where dp is a piston diameter, LH is a stroke length in meter, N is a speed of the crankshaft in RPM, and a small n is equal to 1 for single acting and 2 for double acting. So through which we can calculate piston diameter. So I understand that this will be very interesting and useful for how piston diameter is calculated, how the crankshaft speeds are decided and stroke length are calculated. So knowing or calculating all this is called the designing of recip compressor or sizing of recip compressor. In this way you can calculate the multi-stage or higher stage of compressors. So thank you for watching.